Hey everyone, kicking off this vlog type series, this race prep type series with day number 1 of training for the Immolation Ultramarathon. This is in 8 weeks. Now, Immolation, for those of you who don't know, this is a 24-hour race. You run 3 point some odd miles every hour on the hour. It's on sand dunes in Jupiter. It's kind of like a last man style format, except there's no last man standing. When you get done, they tally up your individual times for each hour, how long it took you to complete those 3 point some odd miles, and that is your overall time. I DNF'd this race last year. I was coming off some hard races leading up to it, but ultimately I gave in early. It was all mental. Physically, I was hurting a little bit, but mentally I was shot, and that's kind of affected me ever since. That was my first real DNF. Coming off of my second real DNF 1 week ago at Cruel Jewel 100, I am so motivated to get out there and to show that I can do some amazing stuff. Yes, leading into Cruel Jewel, I had done Lollipop 240 6 weeks prior. That beat me up, not only physically, more mentally. Man, my training was off, my mentality was off. I went into Cruel Jewel with some quad pain, and I didn't do anything in the 6 weeks leading up to Cruel Jewel to alleviate that. No visits to a massage therapist, no yoga, nothing. And so, yes, I wanted to blame a really hard effort for my DNF, but ultimately it was all up to me. I could have done so much in the 6 weeks leading up to Cruel Jewel to secure a victory, and I didn't do that. So here I am, fresh off a DNF, and I am more motivated than ever. I needed a kick in the ass. Coming into day 1 of training for Immolation, I'm trying to bring that fired upness back, and that's what I'm hoping these videos do. I'm hoping this little training update vlog helps me to stay motivated, stay accountable. I want to stay accountable to you guys. I want to show a body transformation. Now, granted, I'm not in terrible shape, but I'm a little flabbier than I used to be, and that's coming from a few weeks of not being mentally there, eating poorly, drinking poorly. Not going to harp on it, not in the mental space, but right now I am feeling like I'm in the mental space. And so getting right into today, what I've been doing today, I have been focusing on strength training, but recovery. So what I mean by this is I'm just trying to move my body, get it moving, shake off some of that rust. Something that's really helped me previously that I haven't been focusing on so much in the past few months is my cross training. That keeps my body strong, that keeps everything going so that I can go on hard runs, go on hard races, and keep on pushing at mile 80, feel like I'm at mile 20. So something that I love doing, that I've been doing today, are these step downs or step ups. So it's just going down, focusing on putting weight, pressure over that knee, and pushing back up. This really hits that VMO muscle, that teardrop muscle by the knee, and just doing a few reps of these. Going down, focusing on slow controlled movements, pushing up, really just mentally taking an assessment of where my body's at, each side, seeing where, okay, here, what's tight, what's not, just getting that blood flowing, moving those muscles. Now, I'm gonna let you on a little secret. What do I do for upper body? Yeah, I do some bicep curls. Yeah, I do some push-ups. But something that I do almost every day, possibly every other day, if I'm feeling lazy, the steel mace. God, this is why I have strong shoulders, strong back, strong core. I just get some swings out of this thing. This right here is a 20-pounder. A little on the heavier end for what you want to start with. Oh, but yeah. Just these swings are absolutely incredible for core control, for shoulder, not only shoulder strength, but the shoulder mobility. Just getting that really, really deep swing in there. That feels amazing. Also, what I do with this thing, nice, these jabs, these thrusts. Again, core, arm strength. God, this is like shoulder, bicep, and wrist all in one. These are absolutely incredible. And then also, like I said, biceps, you gotta flex the bicep muscles, you gotta look good. So these dynamic curls, these are incredible. This is explosive. I know running, the kind of running I do, it's not very explosive, but I consider myself an athlete. I always wanna have that explosiveness. I did jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai before I was doing running. And I've always focused on being a strong, explosive athlete. And using the steel mace, sure, you can have nice controlled movements, but you can also have those dynamic movements. God, like it makes me feel so fast and so strong. And of course, there's so much more stuff you can do. I'm not gonna go over everything with the steel mace in this video, but you can get awesome full body circuit workouts using this bad boy. And I'm breathing a little heavy right now because I'm moving fast, I'm talking fast, and this ain't no little tiny weenie steel mace that I'm just using to show the video. This is the one that I use. This thing, heavy, gets a good workout and builds those muscles, builds those shoulders, that back. So this, like I said, this was day one. Not everything's gonna be a long, drawn out, diatribe, whole speech that I make up on the spot. A lot of it's gonna be really quick. Hey, I'm rucking, kicking some ass, and then show you, just explain what I'm doing. So yeah, today, day number one of the new me, the reinvented me, the one that's ready to go out and kick some ass and to be that amazing person that I know I can be. So just got done with my first run post Cruel Jewel. We're at 8-9 days afterwards, 8 miles, about an 8.5 minute pace. I really wanted 10, but I was just feeling tight in my quads and in my hips. Nothing too crazy, but what I constantly do is I come back from a hard race and I just push it way too hard. And I don't wait till I recover, which is what I did after Lollipop 240. So this training block, this first week, this is not about beating myself up. This is about setting good habits, setting a precedence going into the next 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 weeks. The point is that I was on this run and I realized that, yeah, I can finish Immolation, but if I just buckle down, I could podium, I could win this thing. If I really focus on it, there's no reason I can't set myself up for victory. And that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm hoping these videos, like I said previously, hoping these videos keep me accountable. But more so than that, I want to be accountable for myself. I want to do this for myself, for my mental health, to be a better person, and to set a precedence in everything I do in life, and being a dad, and working, and being a husband. So I'm gonna take these next 8 weeks and not only focus on Immolation, but focus on being the best person that I can be. So I know this is day 2 or 3. This is like day 3, and this is my first run back, and I'm filled with all this positivity and motivation, and I'm really, really dedicated to sticking with that and to be the best person that I know I can be. So let's get inside, let's do some recovery, and let's make a nice, nutritious dinner, because we're eating right for the next couple of weeks, for the next at least 8 weeks. Not pigging out until I finish that Immolation race and really deserve a cheat meal. So here we go, focusing on myself. So the main focus today is trap bar deadlifts. Now in terms of overall strength and power, this is the #1 thing I do. I do this about twice a week. Sometimes I hit it 3 times a week. And I love it because unlike a traditional deadlift, you put some strain on the lower back, you're kind of arched over. I do like traditional deadlifts, but this I feel is a little safer for me. I can go a little heavier. Additionally, it also kind of gets that same range of motion as like a back squat. Not quite as far down, but enough to where it activates your quads really well and your hamstrings. So to me, it's kind of like the best of both worlds all in one package if I can't, focus on heavy back or heavy back squats or heavy deadlifts. So this is kind of my do it all power generation. And so today we're gonna try to hit 350 for 5 reps. I haven't lifted in many months. So this is actually probably on the heavier end of what I should be trying. But you know what? I figured do a couple warm-up sets, break the camera out, and let's see what I can do. Nice steady stance, about shoulder width apart, knees slightly angled out, feet ever so slightly angled out just to activate those hips. And then starting low, using those hips to drive me up. Well, let's do it. Ooh, almost lost it on that last one. We got one more. Oh, yeah. Whew, so my quads and hips, they are still a little tight. Usually I just go down, quick tap, keep it engaged, but I was actually feeling a little tension, so I rested it all the way down in that last rep. I actually did it from a dead position, which it's a little harder to do than just touching the floor and going back up. So that's probably as heavy as I'm gonna go today. I'll work up to 370, 390 as the weeks progress, but for today and for the next week or two, 350 is gonna be the max. I can tell you that much. Not gonna lie, so I'm questioning my decision to lift heavy weights before putting a sauna suit on and going for a run. But honestly, I like lifting weights before I run sometimes because it depletes those legs. It helps you focus on good running economy, good form. So if you don't got good form, man, you're gonna get drained even more. But yeah, a nice little workout like that, and then a nice hot jog like this. And you guys be like, man, what's he on, mile 3, 4, 5, 6? This is I just hit mile 1. That's how hot it is outside, and that's how hot this sauna suit is. But just want to let you guys know that I am always safe. If you look over there, got houses, a water fountain's, about a quarter mile back there, probably less. And additionally, if you look back here, look, I'm dumb, but I ain't no complete idiot. I got a lot of water that I'm carrying, so no matter what, always focusing on being safe. It's these sauna suits can be dangerous. If you never used them before, you sweat way faster than you've ever sweat in your life. And that dehydration hits out of nowhere. And the purpose of these sauna suits, for me, not to lose weight. Hell no. I am never trying to lose weight when I use a sauna suit. What I'm trying to do is get used to that heat, get sweating, and just get my body used to sweating. There's physiological changes that happen, but there's also psychological changes. You get hot, you get desperate, you start to panic. It's almost like when I did jujitsu. When you're in a headlock, you can't breathe, you're hot. What am I gonna do? But when you train in a sauna suit, yeah, like I said, you're getting that physiological benefit, but that mental benefit of, okay, think straight, I can push on. This sucks, but okay, drink water, stop, cool down. And at the end of the day, you can always rip this bad boy off and carry it home in shame. So always be safe using these, and always, have an idea of why you want to use one. Again, for running, not to lose weight, to get adapted. So let's hit a good walk interval, and let's finish out the next 3 miles and stay alive. Whew. Oh Lord, we're gonna run this last 10th mile in. We're gonna run it good. We ain't gonna do no little wussy jog like I've been doing off camera. We're actually gonna run this one in. Actually feels pretty good. The sun's going down, so don't feel quite like my mic fell off. You know what? That's bonus. Just hit 4 miles, but you know what? We get some bonus miles. Never turn down no bonus miles, especially when I got a little bit more left in the tank. There we go, right here. Whew. Oh, there we go. Oh, this poor mic. Getting beat up for you guys. Oh man. Whew. Decent run. Oh, heart rate up high. Gonna take a second to not pass out. I'll be right back for a final update of the day. So, I feel terrible. I smell terrible. Actually, I don't feel too terrible. I feel pretty good. It was a good sweat. I really needed that. Smell though, yeah, definitely smelling terrible. But I want to expand upon something I said while I was out there, and I want to emphasize what I said. I try not to lose weight. I try not to drop weight from a sauna suit. You're always gonna drop weight. You're there, especially in the Florida heat, even in the afternoon. You can't take in enough water to replenish yourself, and so this is kind of it's a losing battle, because you're never going to completely rehydrate yourself wearing a sauna suit, or if you go for one of these really hot midday runs. I mean, of course, you work up with your heat training to go for a midday run and to be nice and even and replenish yourself. But man, over the course of a couple hours for like a race, it's damn near impossible if you fall behind in your nutrition and hydration to get back to even. So this is, that's another training thing out here, is to train myself to take in water when I'm sick, when I'm not feeling good. Because in Immolation, there's no resting for an hour or two. It's every hour on the hour. If I feel shitty, I gotta keep on going. And so my plan is to show up at that race and feel good enough to where I don't have to stop. I don't have to feel like I'm ever going to be sick from the heat or from the lack of hydration or nutrition. And that's the big goal of it all. And I know this is getting kind of long-winded, but before I want to leave you, I want to touch on something that it's a common phrase. I was told this years ago, and I'm sure a lot of people have been told the same phrase, but it never gets easier. You just get faster. With races, with training, it's always going to be hard, but you're going to get faster. You're going to run longer. You're going to be better, and you're always going to have that level of perceived exertion. It's never going to just be a walk in the park. It's never going to be easy. You're going to always want to keep pushing, and that's the point of heat training too. Is that when you do heat training, you're not going to show up on race day and all of a sudden think it's cold outside. Like, oh, I'm chilly. It's 95 degrees. And I actually feel like it's not 95 degrees. You're always going to feel hot. It's how you handle that heat. It's how your body reacts to your heat, but more so how you mentally react to that heat. So it's never going to get cooler. You're just going to get better at handling that heat. And that's what I want to leave you guys on today. That's the end of my dehydrated rant. I'm going to go inside, get some food, get something to drink, and just recover for some training tomorrow. It's every day, day after day, doing something every day. Big, small, don't matter. Get something done every day. Whew. So I think I went a little hard on those deadlifts yesterday, because I am feeling it today. I'm sure the sauna suit didn't help out too much. That wasn't really a recovery tool. That was more of a pain tool. So today we're doing another recovery run. This one, instead of 4 miles with the sauna suit, we're doing 8 miles. Just, shirtless, so I actually get some freaking airflow. But I can tell you, I'm about a mile in and there's no sweat. So that's good. That's good that I'm not sweating bullets and actually getting a good recovery run in. A little over anxious with the weight training, but hey, slow miles are better than no miles, and recovery runs are great just because, it helps you recover, but it also builds up your endurance base. So I ain't too mad at it. Just, a little knowledge going into the remainder of my training this week and next week. I'm not fully recovered, but I'm close to it. So before I do any more heavy weightlifting sessions, I'm going to make sure that I'm physically ready for that. I gotta say that was a really good 10 miler. I didn't hit the mileage goal that I wanted for this week. I'll talk about that in the week recap, which is coming up very soon for you guys. But it felt good. I didn't have any pain in the quads, some tightness in the hamstrings, but you know, I've been hitting deadlifts, so that's kind of expected. But yeah, I pushed a little harder than I wanted to. I was going like at an 8-minute 10 second mile pace, and I was faster than I wanted, but I was so excited that I wasn't having that tightness in my hip flexor and quads that I was like, you know what, get some good miles in, enjoy this time, enjoy this run, enjoy this last run of the week. It was, I'll say all this in a minute, but it was less mileage this week than I wanted, but I got what I wanted. I set a good standard going into the remainder of the weeks. I didn't hurt myself. I spent some good time with my family. So overall, really happy with the week, and just really happy that I can get this nice 10-mile run in. So I'm gonna keep this week's recap short because you pretty much saw everything. I got 30 miles of running in. I got a couple hours of cross training, some strength training. Maybe a little too hard on the strength training, but am I disappointed in my lack of miles for this first week back? I'd have to say, yeah, originally I was going for like 50, 60, 70 miles, but I realized that I'm still pretty close off of that cruel jewel. And so, you know, this week was mostly about building consistency, starting to develop good habits, good workout habits, good fitness habits, good personal habits in my life. So overall, I'd say it's a success, but definitely going into next week, I want to start increasing that volume, more weight training, more running, see where my body's at. I ended this week with 2 days off, going to Disney, hanging with the family at my in-laws' house, and so those were good days to rest. Those were nice step back moments where I really let my body recover, and then finally on Sunday went off and had a pretty decent run. So hoping to go into next week with that recovery, with that hunger to keep on getting those miles. I'm really happy that I'm making this series because I feel like it's going to keep me accountable. There's times when I don't want to break the camera out, or I don't want to go for a run, and I'm like, man, I'm going to miss a day of the vlog. So hopefully I keep this consistency up going into the following weeks. So that was a really fun week to film, and hopefully you guys like it, and hopefully I can keep bringing this stuff. I'm gonna go and edit this and see how I like the filming of it. It could be really boring, it could be fun. We'll see. I'm gonna each week I'm gonna try to improve not only in my fitness, but in the type of content that I bring, whether it be, more action-packed, less action-packed, more long diatribes like this where I'm talking and explaining stuff. So I hope you guys like it. I'm really liking making it. And that's it. Thank you guys. I appreciate you watching, and can't wait to see what the next week brings.